Hey guys, it's Stacy. This is week 4 of the Aquarius lunar cycle. This cycle began 4 weeks ago on Wednesday, January the 29th, and here we are today with the moon in Scorpio. But before I talk about the moon in Scorpio, I'll just give you a brief little recap. We started this month working with the theme of innovation, and Aquarius is also about working with our groups of people and how we can be innovative in exploring our own autonomy, our own interests, our own goals, while we still are working with the goals of the groups of the people that we work with. We have common goals amongst those groups as well. And our groups talk about our home environment groups, meaning our family, or they could be our work, or they could be our friend groups. We have all sorts of different groups. So how we show up in each of those worlds has certainly been coming to the forefront within this cycle. The second week of the cycle was really about determining the value of what it is that's important for you to be working on right now and how that fits into all the groups that you belong to, where that shows up for you as you're working about your day and moving about your groups and making your plans with family and to get together with people. When you have something at the forefront that you hold valuable, that you want to be working on and progressing and evolving yourself in, how do those goals fit with everybody else's? And so really there was a lot of time and energy that was taken in that second week to understand what was important, what was the value, and what were the resources that are necessary of us in order to put our own goals first. And also, when we're doing that, what resources will be necessary to be put on hold or to the side so that we can use those resources for our group commitments. And that brought us into week 3, where the full moon was shedding full light on our authenticity. The full moon was in the sign of Leo. Leo speaks to our self authenticity. It speaks to what is in our hearts and how we want to show up in the world, how we want to show others what we love to do, how we want others to admire us for those things, to love us, to respect us for the things that are valuable to us. So when that light was shining full on all those things, how are we showing up when we were in our groups talking about what's important to us and our plans and our goals? Not only that, but how are other people showing themselves to us so that we could be, we certainly were able to share our goals with other people. Other people were able to share their goals with us so that we could start to see how there's a merging that is probably going to be required to free up some resources to get there so that we can each make our dreams come true and our goals come true, which brings us into week 4, which is a choice point. And the choice point is about how we're going to follow through with our own plans amongst the groups that we belong to, all the groups, in the best way that is going to bring everybody's goals together. So this moon right now currently sits in the sign of Scorpio, and Scorpio is really about digging deep through all the ick and through all the fears and all the insecurities of things not going the way that you want in order to let go of those emotions and free up some resources to share with other people, and so that your ideas can come together, you can merge, and you can create together. Meaning, it could mean different things. You could create and do something together. It could mean that you could just create space for those resources to be used to help both of you individually in separate ways. But the idea is that when we shift through our fears, we bring it to the table, we have these conversations, we talk about what's uncomfortable, we talk about what the fears are. We can start to make better choices. We can decide that maybe there's other concessions that can be made that will free up resources of time and money and energy. I did my first podcast over the weekend for Society's Daughter. And Society's Daughter is all about me being able to bring my own life experience as examples of the cosmic energies that we're currently working with. And so when I did so, I brought in stories that are merging with this concept of shared energies and all my dreams that I am wanting to bring to fruition right now. But I have responsibilities with other people that I'm tied to. And so I need to be able to have open conversations. I need to be able to keep my emotions in check so that I can try to understand where the other person is coming from. I can try to truly understand where someone else might be holding on to their own need for power or control, or where they might be holding on to their own fears, so that I can help sift through that ickiness and find out what's truly under there that is usable, and how can we make certain things happen. So that's what this week is about. For me, I always find this energy to be heavy and icky, but the beauty of this last quarter square and this choice point is that it's tied to the next sign of the zodiac, which is Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is a burst of fire that looks at all the potential once those fears have been let go of, once we've released the energy and the resources that are tied to that need to control the outcome over the scenario, then we free up this space to be creative again. It brings us back into that fire energy. And Aquarius is like a telescope panning the night sky, right? And you can just see all the different things that you can then go after to explore, to solidify your dreams, to educate yourself to get to solidifying your dreams and the rest of it. So it's really important that if it has been feeling heavy the last few days, that we can use that energy now and kind of sit with it and be reflective in it and start to make some choices as to how we can expand on what it is that we are deciding that we want to do. So in my field, as an example for in my life experience right now, a lot of this is tied to me wanting to do some things that are tied towards my physical health and well-being. And so understanding how to work through those energies, understanding how to find the resources to make those things happen. These are all things that are just heavy and chaotic and don't make a lot of sense right now. But with space and with some time, hopefully it can start to sort itself out and I can make other decisions. So now that I understand just how valuable certain things are to me, because I really have been working with these energies all month, I know what's important. And it helps me to, as I'm making choices to follow through, other things will come up that I will be able to say, I need to let go of that so that I can further evolve what it is that I really decided I wanted to evolve at the start of this cycle, but this is also tied to other cycles that we're working with, right? So that is my update. I hope it was informative. I have little notes to share. There are now some fun YouTube videos. There's tutorials. I'm trying to post those out there so that everybody understands the 4 points of cycle points that I work with, beginning with clarity and ending with choice point in this week. There's also some more information about my archetypes with the Zodiac course that's coming out next week. The course itself does not start until March 29th, but registration opens next week. And I will be sharing that link more and more as the time comes and as we progress over there. So can't wait to share more. Lots of videos on YouTube, and there are more articles up on Substack. And you can find my podcast, Society's Daughter, on both Substack and YouTube. And I think that's it for now. All right, take care. Until next time.